Homesteading can absolutely lower your grocery bill. And unfortunately, completely wreck the rest of your budget. Driveway gravel, broken water lines, fencing issues, the feed bills, or the equipment that breaks 2 days after payday. That's the part people find out later. And even with all that, I still choose to do this every single day. I'm gonna walk you through where the money actually goes and what you actually get back in return. Hey boys, good morning. The mistake a lot of people make is thinking homesteading removes responsibility. It doesn't. It transfers it. You stop paying companies to solve your little problems and start solving those problems yourself. And look, it sounds great on paper until a goat gets out at midnight during a thunderstorm, or a freezer quits, or a storm drops 9 inches of rain and rots your potatoes in the ground. Frank, really? And now the money that you saved gets redirected somewhere else. After a while, you realize the expenses usually aren't dramatic. They're consistent. A lot of people picture homesteading like a perfect trade. You grow food, save money. Simple, right? But growing food at scale, that's a whole nother system. You've got feed, fuel, fencing, freezers, irrigation, and all kinds of other stuff. And then one freezer quits overnight, and suddenly a year's worth of meat is gone. That can easily be over $1,000 sitting in one freezer. And then the weather steps in and reminds you who's actually in charge. We've had years where a single storm cost us more in crop loss than we would have spent at the grocery store. People online usually don't show you that part. But food really isn't even where most homesteaders spend the real money. This is the part that most people underestimate. The stuff that actually keeps the farm running. Because once you start trying to live more independently, everything, and I mean everything, becomes your responsibility. Water systems, generators, fencing, roof repairs, so on and so forth. And I'll be honest with you, none of it ever stays finished. An example, 1 load of gravel for our 1/8 of a mile driveway was nearly $500. And that's just maintenance. One heavy rain, one, will wash part of that out. And you're right back where you start again. That part never, ever ends. If you've been doing this a while, what surprised you most financially? Because I think everybody has more than one thing they never saw coming. The longer we've done this, the more I've realized the real cost usually isn't money. It's time, because homesteading trades convenience for responsibility. The animals still need care when you're tired, or the pipes still freeze, the storms still come. And the fence, well, sometimes it'll break on holidays. And none of those problems care if you've had other plans that day. But strangely, that responsibility also creates meaning. And I think that's why a lot of us stay with it. The work becomes part of the rhythm of life, even when it's hard. Here's the truth. After enough years of doing this, you'll stop measuring your success only in dollars. Because after enough years of homesteading, you start realizing what you're actually building. It's not just a garden or a pantry or fence. It's capability. You learn how to solve problems. And eventually, that changes the way you look at the world. Because when you've dealt with the storms, crop failures, broken equipment, power outages, animals getting sick, and all the other little disasters that come with this life, regular everyday problems stop feeling quite so overwhelming. And I think that's the part people miss. The lifestyle slowly changes you too. So, is homesteading actually cheaper? Sometimes, in certain areas, long term, maybe. But if somebody gets into this thinking it's a shortcut to an easy, inexpensive life, they're probably going to get discouraged real fast because this lifestyle asks for something constantly, whether it be money, time, energy, attention, something. But in return, it gives you a different kind of life. And for a lot of us, that trade still feels worth making. I think a lot of us eventually realized we weren't really trying to buy a cheaper life. We were trying to build a much more meaningful one. If you've learned that lesson yourself, tell me what caught you off guard financially down in the comments when you first started. I'd honestly like to hear from you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And from all of us here at Possum Ridge Farms, until next time, I'll see you down at the barn.